Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early July 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people out there. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going. My guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Pisces gang? In early July, it is Cancer season, a beautiful time of year. What energies, messages, insights can we share with our good friends here? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces, please. Guides and spirit team, let's get this first card out nice and quick. What do we got? There it is. Thank you. Okay, very fired up. Okay, now it's somewhat like a lot of the energies for the zodiac signs have flipped, so to speak, because for other signs I'm seeing a lot of water energy in the beginning. Now for the water signs I'm seeing a lot of fire energy in action. So this one is extremely pumped, and it's like, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm going that way. So very fired up. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the July subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk a little bit more about this card. So if you look at the imagery of it, we have this very strong divine feminine figure. She's dressed in armor. She's pointing off in a specific direction. The background is like pink and red. So this is extremely fired up to me. So for some Pisceans, there could be a big focus on your internal combustion, your internal energy, like your life force, your motivation, your passions. So for some of you, maybe you're just burning hot and you're ready to go. You're ready to do this. You're ready to do that. Some of you, it might be the complete opposite. Maybe you're feeling a little drained, right? Maybe you're feeling a little lethargic and you need a little bit of this get up and go type of energy for whatever reason. So I feel like it's very important for us Pisceans in this time to just pay attention to where we're at. Do we need rest? Do we need some self-love, self-care? Or hey, do we need to let some energy out? Because this is very, very fiery for us to start. Extremely motivated too, eyes to the future. So we're just going to put her down right there. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. Let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Piscean people, guides and spirit team. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was titled An Explosive Victory. So you see that fiery energy was showing up last week, still here. So we're going to see if it shows up. Now, I hope you did have a win or victory of some kind that rushed in real quick. As you know, I mean, wins and victories come in all different shapes and sizes, whether you had some really good days or you accomplished something that you've been wanting. Could have been in work, could have been in relationships, who knows? But if you haven't, that energy could still bleed over for a couple weeks, so keep that in mind. But again, it's like we're not slowing down. We still have that very fast moving type of energy. So let's see what we have for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. Only take this how it hits for you. Because we could be seeing your vibe or someone else's too. You know that. Let's get 3 cards. Quick. Very quick. Okay, 6 of Pentacles, very giving. Okay, I like this. It's a good way to start. Extremely charitable type of energy. Okay, let's just put that there. Let's get a couple more out, and we'll really start commenting on it when we have the main part of the spread. Okay, 2 of Wands. There's some plans in the works with this. If there isn't, maybe there needs to be. Let's get one more, and we'll piece it all together. What do we got for Pisces? Okay. 10 of Swords on the back end. Wow. Okay, so this showed up in the Cancer reading in the exact same spot. This is something that we are absolutely going to want to watch out for. And we will, that's for sure. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, as I mentioned, a couple of similarities to the Cancer reading already. Elementally, we have some earth, we have some fire, we have some air. You know, when we mix the fire, air, that volatile energy is still in the mix here. I'm really loving the front end of the energy. It's this back end, and it was almost identical in the Cancerian reading, where like their front end was perfect. It was good. A lot of really nice energy at play. But then there's something sticking around or lingering in the energy that we're going to want to look at for sure, because the Ten of Swords could always be a warning. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we have the Six of Pentacles. Very nice and lovely. So we see this person giving out pentacles, slinging them out there with the scales. It could be a karmic energy, of course, because of the scales being there. But when I see this, I think of equality. I think of a charitable energy. I think of something that you want to give to. So whether this is a task, whether it's a mission, whether it's a job or a career or a business or even a person, this could be something that you want to give your energy to, which is really nice. Or something that is balanced and equal. I love this energy. That's the most positive aspects of it. I also link this to gift giving. Okay, so whether it's getting a gift for yourself or somebody else, there could be some sort of energy around gifting. Now, when we get to the challenging aspects of this card, sometimes it could be someone that gives a little too much, or someone that's a little too kind, or someone that's a little too generous when this card is in the mix. It could also represent inequality as well if we're looking at the reverse form. So we'll look at that further for sure. We don't have to dissect it too much. Again, it could also be karmic archetypes, and the reason I'm thinking that that might be the case, especially with the Ten of Swords here on the back end, we'll see if we get any more signifiers within the reading. Now, moving to the center, we have the Two of Wands. Another pretty good card, if you ask me. Now, all twos in tarot could represent decisions, choices, being at a crossroads. So it's interesting that we have this Two of Wands right in the center, where it's like, okay, I could go this way or I could go that way, which makes sense. It's like, all right, well, I want to go for the best possible situation. I want to avoid disaster. There could be someone in that mindset where it's like extreme in their mind, where it's like, okay, well, if I don't do it right, I could end up like this. I feel a huge extreme in the energy here already. I'm feeling it intuitively, and I'm not trying to do that yet. Aside from the things we already discussed, the Two of Wands, it could represent strategy and planning. Okay, so for a portion of you, whether you have a plan in the works or whether you need to get a plan in place in regards to whatever it is you're dealing with, that could really help you out. Again, I don't want to comment on it too much until we get to the clarifiers of it. The Two of Wands I usually see as a positive card, like the beginning of a journey, so to speak. But I can't let go of this feeling I'm picking up already that it's in the center and there's an extreme of energy where someone's like, all right, well, if everything doesn't go perfect, if it doesn't go right, then everything's wrong. Okay, it's very bizarre. Now, on the back end, we have the Ten of Swords. If you watch tarot, you know what this card means. It's not the nicest energy. It's not the nicest card. The Ten of Swords could represent endings. It could represent loss, represent betrayal. And listen, I'm not trying to be an alarmist. You know that. Like, it's just a tough card. It's one of the rougher ones in the whole entire deck. It doesn't mean that this is coming towards you this week. Maybe it's something you're still dealing with, right? Maybe some of you are healing from something or on a healing journey, or memories or thoughts or feelings pop back up in this time. That could absolutely be the case when this card shows up in the mix. But again, with what I'm seeing here, like there's two total opposites on the sides of this, and we're going to want to get a lot more detail in this spread for sure, with the way it's making me feel intuitive already. Now, I will say a silver lining about the Ten of Swords, if it's not something from the past or something that's coming in, to me, it feels like there's nowhere to go but up. Where it's like, okay, something has gotten as bad as it's going to get, or something has reached its bottom floor, there's only one way to go, and that's up when this card is here. But again, like this little intuition is nagging at me here with this person in the center. So whether this is an individual you're connected to where they're very extreme in their energy, where it's like I'm all in or all nothing, it's like full go or full stop. Like there's not a lot of middle ground with what I'm picking up here, which is peculiar. Not really Piscean, if you ask me, but I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here and see what we have for Pisces. Guides and Spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Six of Pentacles time. What is this Six of Pentacles here? Seven of Pentacles, another karmic card, karmic energy showing up here. Okay, so if you have been waiting on something to shift or something to change or something to pick up speed, this could absolutely happen. And there might be certain situations that are going on around you where it's the wheels have already been set into motion. Take that however it hits. But when we stack two double karmic cards together on one hand, it's like, oh, okay, something is going to go the way it's supposed to go because that's how it's written. And I'm not a big person that really ascribes to fate itself. And I'm just take this however it hits. I do believe some things are meant to be. I do believe that we have some form of free will. Like some things we could choose, but some things are meant to happen. And I'm kind of picking that up here in the front. Like if this isn't a karmic change that we're seeing here with the Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, that karmic energy kicking in, karmic transformation, I feel like there might be certain events coming up where they were meant to be for one reason or another. Okay. Now, are they positive? Are they a net positive? Or are they a net negative? That would be up to you to decide. But I feel like for a lot of Pisceans, there might be certain things they're dealing with or going through where it was a necessary part of their journey. Okay, so very strong karmic energy here in front. Now, the Seven of Pentacles is usually a card of patience. You see that person, they're waiting for those to grow. In reverse, it's, yeah, we're kicking into action. We're getting this moving. That's why I said it could be that karmic change actually starting to shift in with this energy here in the front. And yeah, it might be out of your hands in whatever reason, whatever capacity. It's like it's in the universe's hands. So it could be a karmic situation for sure. Does it feel bad? No, it doesn't. I feel like this really could have a more positive result than you think. But again, I can't get too distracted with that Ten of Swords staring me in the face. So we're going to move in on the Two of Wands. I don't want to overcomplicate the message. It is what it is. But just to remind you, Seven of Pentacles is a card of reaping what you sow, what you put forth, you get back in return. So hopefully for some of you, you've put a lot of great energy out there into the universe. But let's see what the Two of Wands has. Let's see why that Two of Wands is here, please. Thank you. Another karmic card. We have the Death card in the upright. Okay, so there are very powerful cards at play here, Pisces. Now, don't get nervous about the Death card. It's not the same meaning as this Ten of Swords we have right there on the back. This is it's Scorpio energy. So therefore, the Death card deals with transformation. Okay. For a lot of you, it would be best to, and I know Pisces is a mutable sign. We're very good at going with the flow when we need to, or if we need to. But I think it's extra important in this time not to fight against the current of whatever issues you might be dealing with, whether good, bad, or indifferent. I think going with the flow is the name of the game here, because the Death card, it's Phoenix rising from the ashes type of energy. It's somebody remaking themselves. It's somebody going through a transformation of sorts. So just what we saw right here in the front end, this energy starting to kick in. And what I said, there might be certain things where it was meant to happen. It was meant to be. It's out of your hands for whatever reason. But more than half the spread, 3 of the cards all have those karmic undertones to it, specifically this Death card. Okay. Sometimes it's best to just go with the flow. And I feel like that's really important here for a lot of you. Okay, just go with the flow with it. I don't want to say the path of least resistance because that implies that it's a rough thing, but I feel like going with the flow with whatever situations you're dealing with is what should be done right now. So let's keep moving over. Again, a lot of the same themes are popping up. Let's see what the Ten of Swords has to say. Then we will do a quick recap before we get into the Shadow card. Totally different vibe than what I was picking up last week, that's for sure, Pisces. So why is the Ten of Swords here? Quick. Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, so either way, this is going to end in a very positive result. And I do feel if there is any pain that you might be feeling, it could be of the emotional variety. So that, I would say that's a silver lining here, right? Like at least this isn't physical, or I don't feel like this is lost energy here on the back end because we have the Ace of Cups in the upright. So just know in this time, there might be certain things that hurt your feelings, right? There could be things that pop up that doesn't feel too nice. I don't like dealing with this. I don't like staring this in the face, but you might have to for whatever reason. There might be some uncomfortable situations for a lot of the Pisceans. And you know me, Pisces rising here. I always brag about it, and I love when we get great positive readings, but I'm with you even when we don't. Okay, so for a lot of Pisces in this time, there might be some uncomfortable things, uncomfortable topics that we need to really stare in the face. And yeah, go with the flow, of course. But when I see the Ace of Cups, it tells me everything will be okay, specifically in the upright. If it was in the reverse, then I'd say, whoa, this is a problem. We need to watch out. This is a huge warning. The fact that it's in the upright tells me that even if something closes out, we have this karmic energy shifting and changing. Even if something closes out and ends, boom, this Ace of Cups is up next. So it's not telling us to focus on the end, it's telling us to focus on the new beginning. So it's kind of like a concise theme of what we're going through. And I know a lot of Pisces out there are going through various different things. Some of you are chill, some of you aren't even going through anything much at all, which is cool. But I would say for the most part, a lot of Pisces out there could be going through some intense situations. Okay, now let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Lots of stuff going on, lots of stuff happening. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have a double stack of karmic energy with the 6 of Pentacles and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. I did say this is where that energy starts to kick in. So whether it is a karmic situation or a karmic change or just something that's needed to happen and be experienced, it's showing up here. I feel like the end result is good because remember I was saying in the beginning, we have this person in the middle that's very extreme. It's like full win, full loss. It doesn't feel like that to me. It's like, okay, you could have a really positive result or one where you're going to have to take a few lumps, take a few bumps, learn a few lessons, but it's still going to turn out okay. Okay, but I like what I'm feeling here in the front end particularly. Moving to the center, we have the 2 of Wands with the Death card in the upright. Maybe you're planning on shifting something yourself, right? But I did say the big vibe intuitively I was picking up here was to kind of go with the flow. Don't fight the universe. Don't fight the current. If things are good, go with the flow. If things are super rough, go with the flow, right? I mean, I know I don't have to tell every Pisces that twice, but fighting, resistance, trying to change things that are out of your hands is going to result in this. On the back end, we have the 10 of Swords with the Ace of Cups. I did say some Pisces might be facing some uncomfortable things, uncomfortable feelings, uncomfortable thoughts, and it's okay to acknowledge them. That's a big thing I feel here. But again, we have a positive outcome, except one just has a bumpier road. Okay, so please take a screenshot. Let's see what's in the shadows for you, Pisces. Let's see what's in the shadows here for my Pisces people. And guides, talk to me. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you, whether it's something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get it going. What do we have in the shadows for Pisces, please? Quick, very quick. 8 of Swords, tense, and it's to be expected if you're dealing with some intense energies like we were seeing in this week's reading. Now, the 8 of Swords could be a little overthinking. It could be a little anxious sometimes. I will say this, if there's a portion of you where you're feeling trapped in a routine, or if you're feeling some cabin fever, you might need to switch up your schedule a little bit, shake things up when this shows up. But again, the fact that it's in the shadows, there might be someone you're connected to. They could be not showing how affected they are by something, or someone who's just trying to keep a strong face. Again, nothing wrong with those things. It doesn't feel malicious, but I will say just watch the anxiety in this time when the 8 of Swords is here. Watch the anxiety, the nerves, and things of that sort, because there could be someone that's overthinking something when this card's here. So Pisces, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Do with that info what you will. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the July subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The link is down below. But for the July subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of another one of my favorite decks, the Wizard's Tarot. Absolutely beautiful and works great. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, since I have the travel bug lately, let me know down in the comments what is the most beautiful place you visited in person. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.